Hi, my name is Nabila Ahmad, and my research topic for the Social Studies specialization with Dr. Broom is the effect of escape rooms on students' content knowledge of maps and globes in a kindergarten classroom. The purpose of this study is to see how the use of escape rooms as a form of instruction increases engagement and students' understanding about the content they are learning. There is little research done on game-based learning, specifically escape rooms, with social studies content knowledge in the elementary classroom. Most previous research has been conducted with higher grades, specifically at a high school level or at a university level. For my study, I want to see the effect of escape rooms on students' content knowledge of maps and globes in a kindergarten classroom. A couple of key terms include game-based learning and escape rooms. Game-based learning means incorporating games, whether virtual or physical, and game-like simulations and role-playing to create learning experiences that can engage students and effectively teach classroom content. The definition of escape rooms is they usually involve several tasks and can therefore be considered as processes. So to go into my literature review, in an article written by Drislin in 2008 discusses the impact of No Child Left Behind on social studies content. Since the introduction of this bill, social studies has been pushed aside, putting more emphasis on language arts and mathematics. Recent research has shown that social studies is rarely taught at the primary levels and is more textbook driven in the upper elementary levels. In a study conducted in 2010 by Dede, it discusses the importance of 21st century skills. These skills are critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, communication, information literacy, media literacy, flexibility, leadership, initiative, productivity, and social skills. These 12 skills are further divided into 3 categories, which are learning skills, literacy skills, and life skills. As the educational system is becoming more modernized, there is a larger need for the incorporation of these 21st century skills within our classrooms. My literature review continued. As stated earlier, there has been little research done on game-based learning, specifically on escape rooms. In 2005, a research conducted by Cecchino researchers wanted to study how game-based learning affects student learning in terms of content acquisition, retention, and critical thinking to better understand how game-based learning can be utilized in a traditional K-12 school setting. Cecchino concluded that game-based learning has proven itself as a viable means for promoting critical thinking and learning. In 2006, a research done by Gutierrez and Lopez conducted a similar study. In the study, they examined the effects of incorporating Minecraft in a social sciences classroom. The researchers found that most students had a positive attitude about using game-based learning and gamification. The results indicate that there was a greater amount of motivation and engagement from the students in relation to the 21st century skills. Kozar and Lopez discussed the participants' thought that involvement of games promoted creativity. And more recently, a study done by Abdul Jabbar and Felicia in 2020 investigated game-based design features that promote engagement and learning in game-based learning settings. They concluded that game-based learning helps students to develop skills and knowledge and strengthens their ability to handle the learning experiences provided in the games. So my research question is, how do escape rooms impact students' content knowledge in a Virginia kindergarten classroom? The study will take place in an elementary school in Central Virginia. The school is located between Washington, D.C. and Richmond, Virginia. The study will consist of students in a kindergarten classroom. The class has 21 students and a cooperating teacher. The class consists of 16 boys and 5 girls. There is one student who has an IEP. There is a special education instructor that comes into the class to assist the student and pull the student out. This study is an action research, and I will collect 3 forms of data, which will be a 5-question pre and post test, the students' words, which will be their daily exit question, and the student interviews that I will conduct with 5 students. So the SOL that I will be focusing on is SOL K.5 for social studies, It is the students will use simple maps and globes to develop awareness that a map is a drawing of a place to show where things are located and that a globe is a round model of Earth. It will describe references in historical events, story, and real life situations, and students will be able to locate land and water features. These two questions are pulled from my pre and post assessment. The first one is circle the picture of the globe. So students will have to figure out which picture represents the globe, which is covering the SOL that discusses students will develop awareness that a map is a drawing of a place to show where things are located, and that a globe is a round model of Earth. Another question from my assessment is color the land green and the water blue. So the students will be given a picture of a blank globe, and they will have to color the land and water features, which covers the SOL at the bottom that discusses land and water features. So this chart shows my 6-day unit plan. On day 1, the students will take their pre-test. On day 2, we begin actually teaching the content. Students will discuss the escape room challenge, which is a focus on my research. And their challenge will be they will have to help Mickey Mouse find his friends within his classroom. So each of their friends will be in a box in the classroom, and each day's lesson will tell the students which box to open, and it is important that each box goes in the correct order. So on day 2, which will be day 1 of the lessons of the unit, teaching content, will be the students will unlock box 1. Also on day 2, we will watch a video that discusses the difference between maps and globes, and the students will complete a worksheet that is labeling a map and labeling a globe. This will be done as a whole class, and then their exit question of the day that students will be provided with a slip of paper to answer. We're looking at the pictures below, circle the map, so we will be giving them 2 pictures. One will be of a map, one will be of a globe, and students will need to identify which one is a map, which is the focus of that day's lesson. On day 3, we are focusing on coloring land features and identifying that land will be green and water will be blue. So we will start with a read aloud of me on the map. Then, as a whole class, we will complete the worksheet, color the map and color the globe, in which the students will color the land green and water blue. I will model with the map, and then they will work individually on the globe. And then their exit question will be a picture of a globe in which they will have to color the land green and water blue. And once that is collected, we will unlock box 2 of the day. On day 4, we will be focusing on students being able to identify different types of maps. So we will be focusing on a classroom map. So we will begin with the read aloud of There's a Map on My Lap by Dr. Seuss. Then, as a whole group, we will create a classroom map that will be a cut and paste activity. The students will need to cut where the teacher's table is, cut where their desk is, bathrooms, and the doors, some simple things that are found in every classroom. And then their exit question will be looking at the pictures below, circle the classroom map. So I will be giving them a map of the United States and a map of the classroom, and they will have to identify which one is a classroom map. And then I will unlock box 3. And on day 5, we will be identifying specifically where Virginia is on the United States map. So we will begin with the read aloud of Hello, Virginia. Then the students will complete the worksheets Find Virginia, in which there will be a map of the United States. They will have to color in where Virginia is. And then the exit question will be very similar. It will be color in Virginia on the map, a blank map of the United States, and they will have to color in Virginia. And on this day, we will unlock the final box, will be box 4, and therefore our escape room challenge will be done on this day as well. And then on day 6 will be their post-assessment. Throughout the entire unit, I will be collecting their exit question each day to measure students' understanding on that specific day's lesson, and then within about 2-3 weeks, there will be student interviews. For the quantitative test scores from the pre-test and post-test will be compared, and then student work will also be scored based on accuracy to the instructions that the researcher gave. And then for qualitative data, students' interview will transcribe and code it into themes. And here are my references. Thank you.